Hey guys, what is going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next. I'm Mike, your host, and I hope you guys are having the best day ever. Before I get started, guys, if you are new here, please subscribe. If you haven't already done that, we're on the road to 114,000 subscribers, and I would love you to join me on this journey. So hit subscribe and join the fam. And also, guys, go follow me on all my social media. Links are in the description. I have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Snapchat, so go follow me on all of those. And as you guys know, I have a Facebook account, so you can add me on Facebook, and we can be Facebook friends, so go do that. Link is in the description. And finally, be sure to turn on the notification bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you get notified every time I upload a video. Thank you. What is going on, guys? Today is October 1st. You know what that means? It is the month of Halloween. And today, I am coming back at you guys with another creepy video. And this creepy video is another story about the black-eyed children, and it's another encounter that a person had with them. And I'm thinking about doing a series on this, like different black-eyed children accounts, because this is something that I'm really interested in. And sometimes it's hard to keep posting videos on YouTube because you just lose motivation and stuff like that. But when you're doing something that you're really interested in, it like keeps me going. So I think that'd be a pretty cool idea. And plus, it's coming up towards Halloween. But this scary story is called Midnight Caller. But enough of the jibber jabber. Let's get right over to the story. Midnight Caller. It almost felt like a dream. I woke up to my dog Lucy barking. She was upright on the bed where my husband and I were sleeping with our 22-month-old daughter, staring at our door like an unknown stranger was out there rummaging around. I thought she was just freaking out over a house noise. I mean, we had only had her for 3 months and she was still a puppy. It could have been anything. Our roommate, a creak from the house settling, the awnings moving outside in the breeze. I wasn't too concerned initially. I decided the best bet would be to open the door and show her that nothing was there. It sounds a bit silly, but it's what we do with our daughter when she gets scared, and I figured it should work with a puppy too. I opened the door and she raced to the front door. She stood there, snarling at the door. It was an angry, violent growl, one I had never heard her make before. I looked groggily at her and opened the baby gate blocking the doorway, planning to open the door and show her that everything was okay. The second my hand reached for the deadbolt, Lucy went wild. She started barking and jumped towards me, and when I touched the metal, she suddenly changed her temper. She whimpered, almost like she was afraid and backing down. As her mannerisms changed, so did mine. I wasn't calm anymore. My heart was racing and sinking at the same time. I had been flooded with a mixture of fear and dread. I looked through the peephole. I can't explain why I looked, but I did. Outside, there were 2 kids. One was just a smidgen shorter than me and didn't look much younger. I'm 21 and she looked about 16 or 17. She was slender and pale. Her hair was a light shade of honey blonde and she wore it long, about mid-back with long, thin, blunt bangs in the front that covered most of her eyes. She wore jeans, a light wash that's popular right now, and a thin-looking olive-colored pullover-style hoodie. She held the hand of a smaller girl who looked to be around 3 or 4, in the same style jeans but a button-down ivory cardigan. The smaller one looked at the floor shyly, but had the same shade of hair tied back in a ponytail. She held a stuffed toy under her free arm, and it was identical to the one my daughter has, as was their style of dress. Had it not been for the feeling of overwhelming dread and fear, I probably would have asked these children to come in and give them some tea or hot chocolate to get them out of the bitter cold. Something about them seemed off. At this point, I hadn't made any noise. I hadn't shushed the dog or grumbled, nothing. I hadn't turned on any lights. These kids had no indicators that I was at the door. The older one spoke. She had a voice that was mature, confident, strong, and accentless. She held her head tilted downward, and I couldn't see her eyes. and she said, "We have to use your phone." I stood frozen in fear. How did she know I was there? She raised her head to face me directly. And that was when I saw her eyes. There was a reason I couldn't see them through her bangs before. They were black, or midnight blue, or a dark, dark purple. They were otherworldly. She said, "Our mother is worried." As someone who has always been interested in creepy stories, I knew what she was the second she looked at me through the door. I have never been one to believe in these things. As a staunch atheist and skeptic when it comes to the paranormal, I had written off many a ghost story from friends and family members eager to tell their tale. I didn't believe it. Still, I could not rationalize my way out of this one. I was standing with nothing but a thin wooden door between me and a black-eyed kid. There was no questioning what was right in front of me. I did not answer her. Slowly and silently, I backed away from the door. Lucy still cowering at my ankles. She kept talking. "Just let us in to use your phone." I took another step back, and with that step, the tone changed. At first, she seemed polite. When I took that second step back, she became commanding, almost hostile. "We're not going to hurt you. If we wanted to do that, we would have broken in. I'll ask again. May we come in and use your phone?" Lucy snarled at the door, and I inched backward, though something inside me seemed to be slowly pulling me back toward the door. It wasn't a physical pulling, so much as a subconscious need to go back and let them in. I got to my room, covered up the window, locked the door, and sat there in the dim light of the nightlight. I heard her call me back to the door once more, and then quiet. I didn't go back to sleep that night, and I haven't slept right since. I know from reading about them that black-eyed kids can't just come in without permission. I know they haven't hurt anyone, but I still fear that I'll be the exception. When I told my husband, he said that it was just a dream. He kept telling me to forget it, but this lingering feeling of sadness, this dread when the house is silent at night, and this fear of a knock at the door, this tells me otherwise. And that is the end of that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this story. Again, they're all pretty much similar, but it's cool to hear different people's versions of the black-eyed kids encounters. And oh man, I mean, I kind of want to have that experience though. Like, I would love for the black-eyed kids to come knocking at my door. But I would be very careful. I mean, because I know what they are, I wouldn't like go and open the door. Well, I'd open the door, but I'd like make sure if I did that, I have my camera and I make sure I had a gun. Just in case, you never know. I mean, has anybody ever tried to shoot a black-eyed kid? Like, what would happen? Would they die, or I don't know. But yeah, I would definitely open the door just because I know that they can't come in without permission, but I would not let them in. That is too far. Like, that's going too far. And I don't want to get cancer, so like, you know, after the previous video I made where the people let them in and then all of a sudden they're getting cancer and stuff like that, like, I don't know. I mean, I know they wouldn't kill me, but you just don't know what they're gonna do. Maybe they're like poisonous to be around. I don't know. But my question to all of you for question of the day is, would you open the door to a black-eyed kid? If you knew what they were and you knew that they couldn't hurt you if you didn't let them in, would you open the door, or would you just like run and hide somewhere? Let me know in the comment section. That is question of the day. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please slap a like on it. Let's see if we can go for 1 billion likes on this video. I would really appreciate that. And remember, the most important thing of all, guys, chase your dreams. I love you all. Don't let anybody bring you down, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another video. Peace out.